Hi, welcome back. This is Dave Jewell from Free Run Speed. Today we're going to talk about recovery from running or triathlon or swimming or whatever you're doing out there. Back when I was in my 30s and 40s and training hard and doing multiple events, I used a massage therapist who is a soigneur in the professional world of cycling, and I used him basically every 2 weeks for the entire year, and that ranged from 6 to 7 years in total of using him every 2 weeks. I did that because I needed that help to recover. My body would break down if I went 3 weeks or 4 weeks without seeing him. My body would totally break down. So I needed that deep tissue massage work to make sure my body could recover so that I could go back out and do it again. Like many of you, things started to get in the way of training and racing. My career started to grow and got much busier, and then obviously we had our son. And so I stopped using the massage therapist, and luckily this book came out, Becoming a Supple Leopard by Kelly Starrett. Basically what Kelly taught us is that using tools like this or like this ball or the foam roller, all kinds of tools, you could do your own recovery. And it worked. His Mobility WOD YouTube videos are still the best out there when it comes to personal recovery. Finding the hot spot, finding that very tight spot and working it out. A few years ago, these percussion devices came out. And I got to admit, I was a skeptic. Not because I thought that maybe they didn't work, but they were so loud and so obnoxious. I couldn't imagine someone sitting in their living room using it, or on the plane, or wherever else they were going to use it. I just could not imagine that. A few months ago, maybe it was February or March, I was talking to our son. Again, this kid right here, but he's 22 years old, a United States Marine, and as fit as you can imagine. And he said that he had bought one of these percussion devices and was using it and really liked it and thought it was much better than foam rolling. He also, every time he comes home, gets a massage. And so to hear him say that he's using one of these things got me thinking, wow, there must be something to it, because he is going to do the research and talk to people, and he decided, I'm going to get one of these. 4 or 5 weeks ago, I was at a point where I knew I needed something. My body just was not recovering very well. And so I texted him, my son, and I said, hey, are you still using that percussion tool that you have? His answer totally convinced me. He said, actually, the charger's broken and I need to replace it. But that thing is the best tool I've ever used, and absolutely, I still use it. So the next day, I did some research, came across all the different versions of these, and decided that this is the one I wanted, and so I bought it. This is the Adiday BioZoom. It's roughly $250. You can get it at adiday.com. Just some basics. The battery life, 2 hours on a charge. 2 hours is a lot. So it's good battery life, and it says you can put 70 pounds of pressure into that muscle that you're working on. It comes with 5 of these attachments. Each one of them has a different possible use. Basically what you have to do is find a hot spot, find something that's really tight, use an attachment. If that's not getting it out, try a different attachment, and you'll find the right attachment to work. I've been using this one because I like the versatility and I like the hardness or softness of it, and it seems to be most effective for everything. So what really sold me is how quiet this thing is. So that's on the highest revolutions or the most percussion. It's pretty darn quiet. So one area that really showed up during my massages was right back here, above my glute. And man, does this thing get into it. I get the exact same feeling with this, the release with this, that I got with the massage therapist. As a runner, anything below the knees all the way down to the feet is critically important to happy, healthy running. When these areas get tight, things tend to go astray. So what I do, I use this thing for a couple different reasons, a couple different ways. First, I'll use an example. Yesterday when I was running, I felt some unique pain on my heel. And I knew that came from tightness either above it or below it on my foot. So what I did is I use this all the way down along the Achilles and all the way up in the gastroc. And then, probably the best thing for runners is on the foot. You can do things as like manipulate your toes and get a much different release. As you may know as a runner, your feet are everything. If your feet hurt, your running is terrible. That's probably true with life too. If your feet hurt, life isn't that good either. So this thing is amazing for your feet. So I use this thing every night for about 15-20 minutes, and I cover my entire body. Every muscle group, large, small, connective tissue, the entire body. What I found is I sleep better and I wake up feeling better. And that's most important, that when I wake up, my feet don't ache, my calves aren't tight. So far, either my workouts aren't hard enough or this thing's actually helping me to recover. I think it's more this thing's helping me to recover. One other use that I use it for, and I think it will change your whole perspective. It is dramatically good. Is right back here. After a long day doing whatever it is you do, if you just use it here and use it on your feet, it's worth every penny. Does this replace what a great massage therapist can do? Absolutely not. if you are a high performance athlete in the height of your performance, you need to get massage therapy on a regular basis. That's a known thing. You have to do that if you want to be super high performing. That said, if you had this and massage therapy, you're in better condition. And if you're like me and you're not going to use massage therapy until possibly I sign up for some event and I'm getting closer to that event, then this is an absolute necessity. I can't imagine not having it anymore. Thanks a lot for watching. There are lots of percussion instruments out there. I bought this one. I like it. I really like it. But whatever you do, get one of these devices and start using it. Enjoy running or your triathlon or whatever else it is you're doing. You'll enjoy it a heck of a lot more.